Good afternoon. It's Saturday, June the 18th? 21st. June the 21st. My God, time flies when you're in a coma, doesn't it? Anyways, hey, we've entered rainy season. That's right. It's been raining for about a week now. Mostly in the evening, but the odd time during the day. So that's made things a little damp and a little moist, but it's greened everything up really nicely here in the jungle. So, hey, you got to take with the good with the bad, right? And it's rain. It's not like it's snow, and it's a nice warm rain. Um, so it's not bad. It's tolerable. I don't mind it at all. A little bit of mud here and there. So what? That's why they invented the mop, to get rid of the mud. So what's been happening the last couple weeks, you ask? Well, what has been happening? My mother-in-law passed away on Thursday morning, I think it was. And I've been trying to get a hold of either her or my mother-in-law's sister, Jan, to get updates and so forth. Mother-in-law was fighting lung cancer for the last 7 years. And the last I had talked to her, she was in the U of A hospital and looking to go into hospice care. Apparently they found her hospice care, and as soon as she got there, she slipped into a coma and never did regain consciousness. I had sent her a text message on Tuesday afternoon and never got a response to it. I was trying to phone Jan for 3 days, trying to get a hold of her, and unfortunately, trying to phone out of here is just mind-numbingly frustrating sometimes. I have both a Canadian phone and a Mexican phone, and neither one of them were working. They'd ring through, and then the person on the other end would pick up, and then the call would get dropped. So it's just brutal. So Jan finally was able to get a hold of me on the phone yesterday. She phoned me down here on my Canadian number, and told me that Joyce had passed away. So, well, it's one of those things, right? She out-survived her entire family, other than her sister, with lung cancer. Shortly after Joyce was diagnosed with lung cancer, she went into treatments and chemo, and ended up becoming violently ill from the chemo. Was hospitalized for it. That's how sick she got. So she vowed she wasn't going to take any more treatments, and just let nature take its course. Well, shortly after that, her mother passed away, and then her husband, and then 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now, her daughter, my wife, Doe, and then Joyce, a couple of days ago. So 7 years untreated. That's not a bad haul. And only the last 2 or 3 weeks she was, debilitated by the disease. Prior to that, she could get around and get out and do things. She had to carry oxygen with her, but she was able to get out and get around. So she led a pretty charmed life when it comes to dealing with lung cancer and the end prognosis and how debilitating it can be. So I'm glad she didn't suffer too long, and she's off to a better place, I'm sure. As far as my goings on around here, Kona was sick for a couple days. I think it was just something she ate. We've got the barbecue pits around here, and families coming in barbecue and stuff, and there's always food thrown on the ground and left all over the place. And Kona gets out in the morning, goes for her run. When she comes back, I'm sure she probably just scooped something up off the ground, and it upset her stomach, and she was throwing up, like I said, for 2 days solid. But she's been fine yesterday and today. She's out for her run now, and she took off like a jet today, so I'm sure she's back to 100% normal. She's lost probably 15 pounds since we moved in here, and I've released her out in the wild, going for these jungle runs. And so she's doing really well. Myself, I've still got a few pounds to shed, but we're shedding them slowly. The odd one here and there, I'm sure. I've probably dropped 15 or 20 pounds in the last couple months myself. I've been going swimming every night. After everybody leaves, have the pool to myself, go swimming for an hour or two every night, and just mucking around in the water, running around and stuff like that, and playing around in the water. And that was good to go up until last week when the lightning started at night. So that's kind of put a kibosh on that. But it's good. I went out last night and swam in the rain, so that was kind of nice. No lightning, so a little bit of rain, you're already wet. What's it matter, right? What else we got going on? Not much. Just basically enjoying life here in the oasis, tranquility, doing a little bird watching. Lots of butterflies around, different colors, shapes, and varieties. Unfortunately, they never land for more than a split second, so very hard to capture them on camera. And with it being rainy out, I don't want to drag the camera out here in the rain because I don't want to get it damaged. I do have a wedding to shoot back in Canada in September, so I certainly don't want to not have a camera for that. So I'm really kind of guarded over it right now. After this wedding, I don't think I'm going to book any more weddings or functions in Canada unless they pay me just a stupid amount of money. I'm not going to do it. It's just not worthwhile at what I charge. So we're going to have to change things around, and we'll figure it out. I always do. Other than that, like I say, not much going on. Pretty quiet. Talked to a few people from back home, and talked to my mom and dad, talked to my sister, talked to Tamara, I did talk to my mother-in-law there the one day, and a couple buddies, talked to them on the phone, and some of them are planning on coming down this winter. One was coming down the end of this month, but I don't think that's going to pan out. Just because the price of the flights this month are just off the chart ridiculous. So I told him to put it on hold and come when it's a little more affordable, and that way he'll have more shekels to go out and have fun with. Now is not really a good time to visit down here. During the day it's hot. It's 35, 36, 37 degrees, and you throw the humidity on top of that, and it's taking it into the 40s. So it is hot, and then in the evenings and overnight it pours rain. So unless you want to experience summer life here in Mexico, I don't know why you'd come down, especially like for a week. But everybody's different. Some people like that shit. I don't mind it. I like it. I could live in this year round. It doesn't bother me at all. And other than that, like I say, just surviving, going grocery shopping every couple, 2-3 days, getting some fresh veggies, some fresh fruit, finding what I can find on the trees out here. Right now it's not papaya, but the other one that looks like papaya, but it's not. I forget. It's not very. I don't care for that one either. So it doesn't matter. That's why I forget what it is, because I don't care for it either. But there's lots of bananas still around, and pineapple, of course. So go out and find a pineapple, bring it home, slice it up. Find some bananas, bring them home, slice them up. And eggs. I can't get enough eggs in me the last little while. I don't know what it is. I'm going through a dozen eggs in a week. And, well, okay, that's a lie. I'm going through 8 eggs a week. The dog is going through 4. Because every time I make eggs, the dog has to have one. It's in the rules. It's in the contract we signed someplace, I'm sure of it. So, yeah, she has her eggs, makes her coat nice and shiny and whatnot, and I've dosing her with Perfecta or Perfectal or whatever it's called to ward off ticks and fleas, and that seems to be working okay so far. So hopefully, knock on wood, that maintains, because I certainly don't want her getting ticked and fleed up. That's for sure. Oh, the other thing, the cicadas now. Cicadas? Is that right? Cicadas? Man, oh man, are they loud down here in the evenings. Holy shit, you can't even hear yourself think. That's how loud they are. And then they come and get into your room too. I mean, nothing is really truly sealed down here in Mexico. There's always a crack by a door or under a door or near a window. There's always a little crack, and those little buggers seem to find their way in. I don't know what draws them to the crack, but they just seem to find their way in all the time. So before bed every night, it's Kona's and my job to get up and find the damn things, and knock them down from where they are, flush them, so we can get some quiet at night. Jesus, they're loud, 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 loud. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. If you want to experience it, come on down. Just ridiculous. Other than that, not much going on. Just like I say, hanging out, doing what I do, and going from there. I think next week, maybe. I don't know. In the next week or two, I'm going to have a Facebook Live where you can ask me questions about my life down here. You know, what I do, maybe the costs of things, whatever you want to know. You can ask me. I'm pretty much an open book. You know, I don't pull any punches. I don't tell it like it is. It's no bullshit. If something's out of the norm down here and it's frustrating, I'm going to tell you. But so far, other than Mexican time, you know, if you're relying on somebody to be here at a certain o'clock, that certain o'clock could be tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm used to that because I dealt with those parents for years, and they were the same way. Yeah, we'll meet you at the lake. Okay, so we drag the boat out to the lake, and we sit there near the shore, and then we decide, well, screw it. Well, let's go fishing a little ways away, but you know, we'll take a pass back every now and again and see if they're showing up, and they don't show up all day long, and we go to bed that night and get up the next morning, and same deal. We kind of stick close to home, and they still don't show up. We spent an entire week up at Long Lake, and they kept saying they're coming, they're on their way, they're coming, they're on their way, and they never did show up for a week. It was just brutal. And even coming over to the house for coffee, they'd phone, yeah, we're going to come for coffee, we'll be there at 10. Yeah, okay. 3:30 in the afternoon they show up. Well, you know, this happened and that happened, and we saw a grass blade on the side of the road that looked to be, you know, out of place, so we had to go and cut it, and just whatever excuse to be late. So I'm used to it, and they ran on Mexican time, and that's got me, you know, accustomed to how things work down here in Mexico. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Anyways, that's about it for this week. Like I say, maybe a couple, instead of an update on YouTube, maybe I'll do a Facebook Live here, and we'll go from there. We'll see. I don't know. I just do this to keep you guys informed of what I'm doing and how I am, because I know a lot of you do care, and a lot of you reach out all the time, all through the week. You know, how's things? What are you doing? Are you okay? You healthy? You're taking care of yourself, and I appreciate it. I truly do. I appreciate all the care and you know, the messages, hoping I'm doing well and stuff like that. It means the world to me that you people are actually caring and kind of looking out for my well-being. But I'm doing good. Never fear. If I'm not doing good, you'll know, because it'll be all over Facebook or all over YouTube about what's going on. But so far, so good. Oh, the other thing I've been doing, I'm looking at yachts. I want to buy a yacht. I think that's the way of life for Wade is in a yacht. Not a big super yacht or anything, just a 38 to 44 foot, through 2 or 3 stateroom, ocean-worthy, blue water. I dropped my smoke. Sorry, blue water capable. I mean, you know, you can buy one for, I don't know, 50, 60 grand. Another 7 or 8 grand a month to operate it. I don't know where I'm getting the money from. No idea. Don't know where I'm going to get the money from to put fuel in it. No idea. And I've looked at sailboats thinking, well, okay, a sailboat, as long as there's wind, it doesn't cost you anything to drive it. But, you know, sails ain't cheap either, and they do tear. And they're not cheap to replace. So it sticks at one, a half a dozen to the other. But where there's a will, there's a way. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can find some rich old lady with 1 foot in and 1 foot on the banana peel with millions of dollars to finance my yacht dreams. Any volunteers? Oh, okay. Just thought I'd ask. And on that note, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Kona's over wallowing in the mud over like a pig. Fuck my life. I got a dog to wash. Oh, God, she's a mess. Yeah, I gotta go. We'll talk to you guys in a little while. Take care.